really lovely little chapbooks, satirical speculative horror. Her name is Jessie Hennen. I met Jessie a few years ago because she was working at Majors and Quinn, which is a lovely bookstore. Yeah, another cool thing about Minneapolis, I think this is another reason why we have so many writers, is that we have some awesome bookstores, and people spend money in bookstores, and then those bookstores create cool writers. So Jessie, please ascend to the stage. Thanks.
Yeah, so one time when I was selling books for Majors and Quinn, I was sitting at Kelly's table with her books in front of me, and a group of older women came by and were like, "We love your stuff. You're the best. You're a treasure." And I let them think I was Kelly for at least 3 minutes. Just a little taste. Yeah, as Kelly said, this is a novel, I guess, in progress. It's like hunting for an agent, so I carved 3 chapters out of it that do not actually fit with the arc of the manuscript, and I'm selling them as chapbooks. It's the first time I've done that. It's fun and exciting. The project as a whole is called The Deep Estates, which is an intentional pun, because we've all been thinking about the ultra-rich lately, right? Yeah, like who hasn't, right? In the novel, they do get eaten.
Oh, nice.
By fish, but that's like not what any of these are about. Basically, this is a little selection in which a character possibly familiar to you all encounters a world beyond his reckoning, and it ruins him slightly. Because the project is about, in addition to the insanely rich people we know, like all the Bezoses, there's probably people we don't, who have been able to afford anonymity. So, all right, the story is called Donnie is Sad. An oligarch has invited him to a party. He himself is a hugely successful businessman, so not weird. His money makes buildings and state companies and women, parades of beautiful, beautiful women who will do what he wants. His life is a hotel hallway. He can walk through any door he pleases. So he's really prepared to say no. It's late and the children are young, and Ivana's been demanding. But here he is agreeing. It's the Coke dummy, he thinks. Soda for the children. His brain calls him dummy, just like his dad always did. He follows the oligarch's blue-suited back through the doors of the club, both of them rising, buzzing, their hands floating up, the corners of their mouths curling. Going with the oligarch is a good idea that just makes business sense. This is a new oligarch, tiny, little glasses, curvy mustache. Donnie at first assumed him to be someone not worth knowing. Only after the first load of blow did he start to think, this guy, he's one of us. Something about the clothes, the little vest, the shiny shoes, they're bespoke. He's been admiring the guy's tie all night, but hasn't yet been able to find out where he can get it. On the roof, there's a helicopter waiting. Has this got more blades than usual? Shouts Donald. In the copter, the oligarch is busy slicing out another line. Donald shrugs, dives in. Hey, this is nice, he says in the headset. Not what I'm used to, but nice. Everything in the copter is glowing. It's leather, like super polished. The lining is genuine whore, says the oligarch. They fly over the lights of New York, passing his buildings. Donald points, a proud daddy, but the oligarch is busy shouting Russian at the pilot. Man, he has got to figure out where this guy got his copter, because it is fantastic. They're going away from the lights in, 10 minutes? Now here they are, out in the country, landing on a platform. Are those playground swings? Shouts Donald. Where are we? The oligarch is holding something long silk. Sorry, I must insist. Mandatory for party. He motions around Donald's eyes, tying. And this is the moment when he really should say no. Blow or no blow, right now, he's still got a choice. If he doesn't take it, if he makes the guy call him a car, goes back to the penthouse and the kids and his mean wife, he'll become someone else, a fun guy, a normal businessman, well-liked. In the future, a harmless meme. By the time he's 70, he'll know who he is, and he won't need to prove anything to anyone. But that's another world, and Donald lives in this one where he's not afraid of anything. He takes the blindfold and ties it on. Now he's in a room that's as gold as his dreams. Nouveau Versailles, the oligarch is whispering, his mustache dancing. And yeah, all the gold on the walls, it's not flowers, it's faces, some happy, some not. Donnie's holding a kind of dessert, a choco cake. He bites. You gotta tell me where you got this, he says to his buddy. But the oligarch is gone, dancing into the crowd. Donald hunts for people he recognizes. New York is a small place, especially if you're rich enough and like to stay up late. It's possible he knows some of the models, the gorgeous 8-foot blondes and redheads who are swirling taffeta on the dance floor, or maybe they're just all as alike as every beautiful woman is to another. The other people, though, they're so small. He's the tallest guy here. They're a bunch of nobodies. At random, he picks a group. Well, not at random, because there's a hot brunette involved, a Cleopatra-eyed woman. Glad to be here, he says to mostly her. The group smiles at him with smiles that don't mean anything. They stop talking, probably awed to be in his presence. I'm Donald, he says. It's the 80s, so he still knows how to be modest, even if it's only pretend. Oh, we know, says one of the women. Thought I'd just introduce myself anyway, he says, or is saying, but the group all at once is turning from him, their little shoulders curving away, heads bending together, speaking a language he doesn't know, in whispers he can't hear. Is this the goddamn elite, he demands when he sees the oligarch next. The oligarch is shirtless, dancing on a table, and Donald has pulled him down. Is it the book people, the film people, professors, what? Word people have never liked Donald. When they look at him, he hears his dad's voice saying, dummy. Look, I thought you'd be copacetic, says the oligarch, who's very sweaty, his pale chest heaving. We can do more drugs if you like. I don't want more blows, snaps Donald for the first time in his life. I want to know who the hell these people are. Dang, says the oligarch. He snaps a slick, wet snap high in the air. Donald is about to say, don't order me anything. He doesn't drink, never touches the stuff, not after he saw what it did to his brother. He needs a clear head. He's going to bully this little man, the Russian nobody who's acting so stuck up. But he's pretty distracted, because the door at the edge of the room is opening, and on a leash, led by handlers, there's a goddamn woolly mammoth coming in. And at his lips, there's a glass liquid. Go on, have some, says the oligarch. I don't, spits Donald, but some of the liquid goes in anyway. It's not booze, it tastes like lavender, like softness, like every dream he's ever known. When he finishes, the oligarch is using Donald's tie to clean his glasses. The copter will take you back, he whispers. I have a meeting. Around them, there's a knot of small people taking the oligarch into their orbit, and they are walking through the silver door on the edge of the room. And as the door opens, Donald sees beyond it an even more gorgeous room, a swirling world of flowers, a home of the most beautiful women on earth, where there's endless power and endless wanting, and everything fulfilled. When he wakes in the penthouse, the drink has done its work. As far as he remembers, he came home from the club, and now he's here in his big gold bed alone. It's 1986, and he's the most successful businessman on this earth. Still, his mouth smacks of lavender, of a wonderful, horrible taste that he can, for the rest of his life, only chase and never hold. Thank you.